These are the people who remind us each and every day that America is a racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobic country while they take home their pretty large paychecks while living in the freest country in world history, all the while claiming they are objective truth tellers. And again, then whine that it's because of Trump. Okay. And then there's Hollywood too, of course, our friends in Hollywood. I'm from Hollywood, so I get to deal with them a lot. Hollywood is a place where nobody to the right of Karl Marx can get a job, or anyone who voted for President Trump hides for fear of losing their career. Hollywood is a place where it's nearly impossible to make a movie about evil jihadists, but virtually every single action movie features some rich white businessman somehow organizing a terror attack. And we're talking about Hollywood, these purveyors of PC, where suburban families all hide deep, dark, horrible secrets, but where wife-swapping sex partiers actually enjoy deep, abiding relationships. Hollywood, of course, where women are molested every day by powerful men, but where those same powerful men and women lecture the rest of America about our lack of moral decency. Well, these folks I'm talking about, Hollywood, the universities, a lot of the folks in the media, not all of them, many of them in the media, these are the purveyors of political correctness, and they were winning. See, here's the thing. We Americans are by nature polite. We follow rules. We care about not offending other people. We want other people to feel respected. We actually like each other for the most part, and we're not all that interested in ticking off our neighbors. But the left finally went too far. Maybe it was the specter of the President of the United States tacitly nodding at riots in major American cities. Or maybe it was the feeding frenzy media declaring over and over that founding ideology was dead and had to be replaced with something new and shocking. Maybe it was a culture that saw every single traditional value as an obstacle to be destroyed or overcome. Or maybe we just got frustrated with the lies. Whatever it was, the American people finally said enough. We said enough. We said, no, you don't get to lie about America. And no, I won't lie about America, even if it makes you feel better if I do. We said, you don't get to tell little boys they can become little girls just to avoid offending people. You don't get to slander members of our police departments across the country by calling them racists without any evidence. You do not get to claim, against all available evidence, that women are paid less for the same work. You don't get to suggest, a la our good friend Bernie Sanders, that stealing money from some and giving it to others makes you a moral human being. It doesn't. It's the reverse. And we said, most of all, you do not get to shut us up. Well, what changed? The left finally pushed too far. Americans realized that we were being turned slowly but surely into weaklings. Older Americans realized their kids were being taught to play victim instead of thinking for themselves. They realized that children who think they're victims won't actually take control of their own lives. Right? Everyone in this room is capable of success. It's a free country. Everyone in America is capable of success if they apply themselves and if they follow some basic rules. Right? If they get a job, if they don't have babies before they're married, if they graduate high school. They do those three things, you will not live in permanent poverty in the United States. Younger Americans realized they were sick of being pandered to, that they didn't need to be told how rough they had it. They needed to be told they could accomplish anything in this, the greatest country in the history of the world. Women, men, black Americans, Hispanic Americans, white Americans, didn't matter. Millions of Americans thinking as individuals rather than check marks on a piece of paper, standing up and saying, I can do what I want, I can say what I want, and if you don't like that, you can go to hell. Now, the institutions don't like it. The universities keep trying to quash lectures and place restrictions on conservatives. But conservatives are fighting back in the courts and in the press, and they're winning. The media keep trying to play the same old game. Anyone who refuses their PC diktats is a racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe, of course, and it's not working. The polls aren't reflecting their wishes. Hollywood keeps trying to play that same old game. Right? The people in middle America are the problem, and the people on the coast are the cultural vanguard. It's not working. We don't care what they have to say. And I'm from the coast. And more Americans are alienated from the self-appointed cultural arbiters. Political correctness is dying, but that's not the end of the story. See, here's the thing. The era of PC may be over, but can always come back again. In 1996, Bill Clinton said in his State of the Union address that the era of big government was over. At the time, the national debt was $5.2 trillion. Today, it's $21 trillion. Bad ideas do not die, they just fade away temporarily. The only way to ensure that political correctness continues to lose is if we tell the truth. Not useless abrasiveness, not meanness, not false attacks on institutions. We have to tell the truth. Now, listen, this is the hard part, right? This is the hard part. We can't become tribal. The easiest thing to do is attacking people who have been pushing PC. President Trump likes to attack the media, and some of the time, he's right. He's a hammer and the media are a nail, and that's great. But when President Trump complains that everything negative anyone has ever said about him isn't true, or when President Trump says he had the biggest inauguration crowd in history, or when the president says there were good people marching in Charlottesville, that is not him waging an effective war against PC. It is nonsense, it is immoral, and it actually helps those who push PC. Because when we don't tell the truth, it allows the PC promulgators to pretend that they are the ones who are truth tellers. And they aren't. PC is about lies. We can never let the PC left masquerade as the truth tellers, which means we must always tell the truth. Every time we lie, we let them off the hook. We cannot fight the lies of PC with more lies. We can't fight political correctness by claiming victimhood without evidence. That makes us part of the politically correct culture. When they lie, let's call it out. Together, loudly, strongly, but let's not say stupid things just for the sake of melting snowflakes. Believe me, you don't need hot takes to melt snowflakes. A little well-placed truth does it every time. That means that our job is just to spout facts, which is pretty easy. There's nothing wrong with memes. Memes are great. They can be hilarious. They can be awesome. All praise to Harambe. But make sure that they are true. There's nothing wrong with poking fun at the left. Just make sure that what you say can be backed up with evidence. If we want to defeat the left, we don't need to offend them. They're offended by nearly everything anyway, up to and including you breathing sometimes. We need to show that they are liars and we are the truth tellers, and that means telling the truth about everything. It means that when our own side fails, we have to call it out.